going forward.
What are your viewers saying to you, Dick? I know you're getting lots of emails.
Oh, I'm getting so
what are they
many
telling you?
emails and letters. I get emails. I went to a lot of schools, so I get a lot of emails from kids who said, I was in the 3rd grade, and now got a couple who are meteorologists. One was in North Carolina. Wow. Another one was in Denver, Colorado. And they said when I spoke to them, I was enthusiastic, and they picked it up, and they wanted to be a scientist, and they did it. And it makes me feel really good that I had some influence on. I had a lot of influence, I think, on the kids when I spoke to them.
What's better than that? To have a legacy moving forward.
A great legacy like
so
that.
it feels good.
That's great. Now, Dick, we have a little surprise for you. He only found out about it a little while ago.
Yeah, by accident.
Who possibly knows Dickie better than Natalie Jacobson?
Nobody, except maybe Marianne, his wife.
Does.
All right. So Natalie will join us in just 70 seconds. She'll be right along.
Coming up later,
We're in the heart of Tornado Alley.
a storm chaser's adventures.
Dick, it's EIS, etched in stone. You're the best.
Closed caption funding provided by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy?
Did you know you can now choose where your energy comes from?
Here's a pair, Natalie Jacobson and Dick Albert, logged a lot of hours together on the News Center 5 set.
And we thought a perfect time for a reunion, get you two guys together.
It was so much fun to watch you in those old pictures. You know, when Dick first came to the station, he couldn't stand still. Nothing's changed, actually. But he would wander up and down and toward the camera and back, and the poor cameraman was trying to focus and out of focus and in the light. He'd say, can you stand still?
Out of the light, and then they put something down on the ground. Don't walk.
And he'd say, poor guy, he'd say, I promise, because you know he's the nicest guy in the world and tries to please everybody. He can't stand still. He kept walking.
But you guys did log a lot of hours here, storms where you'd be at the set for hours talking about snow. And it was
winter
difficult.
storms, hours upon hours. And we did log.
And you were never happy with him. We had the no, you know, Dick came the year after the Great Blizzard.
The year after the blizzard.
He's almost gotten over it.
Waiting for the blizzard to return. Still.
Almost gotten over it.
And a few overnights stuck here, right, for snowstorms?
Oh yeah, I slept in Paula Cameron's office once, down here once. Yeah, several nights, overnight. You know. Sleeping about an hour or two, waking up with that snow, and then we'd be on all day with the snow.
I know.
Remember?
It was great though, because you know that's how Channel 5 really was born to be as part of the community.
The big stories like that.
Exactly, and people you'd feel like you were doing good, you know, for our community, for our neighbors, and giving them information they needed.
It's hard to overestimate how weather affects this man. I remember Marianne, your wife, when I first met her many, many years ago. She told me that he had these weather machines next to the bed. In the bed. Remember that? And they made clickety-clack noises all night long. And they're still married after 43 years.
Still loves this guy.
That's right. I used to wake up and would make a noise or something, and I'd say, hey, did you hear that? It just went below freezing. Or it just changed to snow from rain. And she'd say, oh, did it?
She's such a good sport. Well,
she is a good sport.
Well, and you and Marianne have been married for 42 years. Is that correct?
She's fantastic.
Wow.
But you guys had a tremendous on-air relationship.
We were only married a couple of years.
And only a couple. But we would get calls and letters from viewers all the time asking the question, is there something going on between
And
Dick
the answer
and
is a resounding yes. But not how you think, not the way it was asked. We became such good friends, and Marianne and Dick and I are like brothers and sisters, and as you know, we've lived in two different buildings together. I mean, not together, but...
You did.
One moves, the other one follows.
Different spot, but you were there when
we were in one place in Copley Square for about 5 years.
And the South End. And you were there when I was sick. You were there.
Well, that's what good friends you remember when Dick was really sick. And and he hadn't been out of the apartment for so long, and Mary Ann said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Nothing." She said, "I think Dick's got to get out of here." But the poor guy was still hooked up to IV, so came down the back stairs with your bathrobe.
Right. I remember that.
Mary Ann's holding the bags, and I had made some dinner, and it felt like he'd really gone someplace. He got out of his apartment.
Big outing. No, you're
We've
right.
been through a lot of history, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We're almost out of time, and you guys
Well,
had
we
never
talked
paid
that
any
long?
attention to time cues anyway. But quickly, you have been retired, so to speak, for about a year and a half or so. Any advice for Dick and what it's going to be like?
It's wonderful. Retirement rocks.
She's never been happier, I can tell you that right now.
No, of course I miss as you do, but you know what? I have some advice. Just enjoy all of the things that you never had time to do when you were working your tail off. Seriously,
That's
whether
good
that's
advice.
traveling, seeing friends, learning how to run a boat, learn a new language you've mentioned.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
And
That's
if,
right.
if anybody looks as good as Natalie does after a little short retirement,
Oh my God.
she
looks like a spring
Suits you
chicken.
very well.
spring chicken. You wonder why I love this
It'll
guy.
suit Dick as well, I'm sure. All right, Dick's working life was not just weather maps, believe it or not.
sometimes he got out of the office, and we'll show you where he went when Chronicle continues.
Coming up next, White Water and the Weatherman.
Keep your bottom firmly planted and hold on when you have to.
Join Dick Albert for his final News Center 5 forecast and look back at Dickie's 31 years on the air.
Mr. Sunshine was right here.
Thursday on News Center 5 at 5.
She's not herself.
Something's wrong.